right. Hey, all right. Shalom. You know, we the brothers here doing the in transit Gmsatlanta. We'll start out giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakab Kodash. You know, double honors unto the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who grew well. Peace, salutations, and much love to the elect laboring around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make their calling of election short. We don't really have a topic in mind, just more so in transit. You know, we're just gonna flow with the spirit on whatever the spirit, you know, hit us with. You know, it's you know, Saturday, we on the way to camp. You know, 2018, the year of prophecy. It's a lot kicking off over in the Middle East. You know, you got Syrian rebels going at Iranian rebels right now. You know, so hey, this thing is heating up, man. You see all levels of prophecy starting to take place and build up to the big scene of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. As a matter of fact, yeah, let's jump into Isaiah 34. You know, Isaiah 34:1.
And also too, before you bring that out, it was a Israeli jet F-16 got shot down early this morning also. So yeah, them prophecies heating up.
That's right, and that's major news right there.
Yep.
You know, like the other day, you had the American military killed 100. I think it was Russian and Syrian militants, if I'm not mistaken. You know, so the Lord is setting up this big battle, man, and this thing is going to continue to increase. The friction between the nations are going to continue to be made thicker. The tension is going to increase. The hatred is going to increase. The deaths is going to increase. Because the Lord is dealing with all the armies of the earth right now. He's setting up World War III.
That's right.
For the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Isaiah 34:1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein.
Right. So how's the Lord making this happen? By raising up prophets. That's how the earth is hearing what's going on. Go ahead.
It says, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
And it says all nations, including the nation of Israel. All right? Because you got 2/3 that the Lord got to go to war with. All right? You got undesirables that know that they Israelites. Then you got the other nations who the Lord is going to make war with. His indignation is going to be upon everyone except the elect. All right? Go ahead, Al.
It says, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies.
Yeah, his fury is going to be upon all of their armies, man. All right? So the Russian military is going to get it. The Syrian military, the Chinese military, the Iranian military, the North Koreans, South Koreans, Americans, Canadians. Whoever has an army, established army in the world, the Lord's indignation is going to be upon that army.
That's right.
All right? Go ahead.
It says, he hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
And why is the Lord doing this? Because he's establishing a superpower on the earth right now. Starting with Yahweh Shai, King David, and the elect.
That's right.
The establishment of that superpower is going to come up under the authority of those men. So he's breaking down all of these other military mights throughout the world. And he's using war to do it. You know? And he's setting up what? The army of Israel.
That's right.
You know? So he's already destabilizing the enemy. As a matter of fact, when you read the book of Joshua, Joshua went up against what? 32 nations? Or 32
31 kings.
31 kings. 31 kings. And why is that? As a matter of fact, hold that real quick. Get Joshua 10 and 42. You know, because we'll see why the Lord, you know, goes against these different armies. It's for a purpose. You want to say something to that one?
Well, I'm going to add, I was like, well, our forefather Abraham did the same thing. You know, it was a time when certain kings were warned. Chedorlaomer, king of Elam, and certain, I believe the king of Ai at that time. You know, he went to war too. You know why? Because the Lord was establishing Abraham and establishing his progeny in the earth.
That's right.
So that's always been a part of our history. It's also always been a part of the way the Most High set things up. Because Scripture says that he's a man of war.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. Mighty men.
Yeah. It was Joshua 10.
Come.
And which particular verse? We'll start with
42.
Okay, 42. All right, Joshua 10 and 42.
And if I can say it real quick, the point of the Lord going at his indignation being upon the armies is the scripture is about to tell you. All right, go ahead, bro.
I started 40.
Uh-huh.
All right, this Joshua 10 and 40. So Joshua smote all the country of the hills and of the south and of the vale, which means valley. All right, and of the springs and all their kings.
He went up against all their kings.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
He left none remaining, but utterly destroyed all that breathes, as the Lord power of Israel commanded.
And that's what Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is gonna do, man. He's gonna totally break down all of these armies one by one.
Okay.
He's gonna use one army to break down another, then another army to break down another, then another army to break down another.
Okay.
All the way until all of the armies of the earth is completely broken down, and the only army is the army of Israel.
That's right. Okay.
You know, and then after all of those armies are broken down, we're going to go around putting these people into captivity and destroying their idols and their weapons. All right, go ahead.
It says, and Joshua smote them from Kadesh Barnea, even unto Gaza, and all the country of Goshen, even unto Gibeon. And all these kings in their land did Joshua take at one time, because the Lord, the power of Israel, fought for Israel.
That's the point. The Lord, because the reason why the Lord took down all of those kings, the reason why Joshua took down all of those kings and brought hell on them and destroyed them was because the Lord power was fighting for Israel to establish the kingdom of Israel. And that's what's happening now. Yahweh Bashim El-Shai is setting up the kingdom. So whenever he's setting up his kingdom, the armies have to be destroyed. They have to be destabilized. And that's what you see going on over in the Middle East.
That's right.
And you can jump back to Isaiah. As a matter of fact, I'll read a little bit of that Isaiah 44 to that one if you want to go into it. This is Isaiah 34.
I started verse 3.
All right, come. Isaiah 34 and 3. It says, their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood.
Yeah, you know, and that's going into how bad the slaughter is going to be. Because when the Lord gathers these armies together and he gets them all into that valley of Jehoshaphat, and you got these different militaries with their air force and their ground troops, and they're going heavily to war, the Lord is going to cause them to basically slaughter each other. You know?
Yep.
Go ahead, Art.
Come. Verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down. Okay?
Go ahead.
Salaki. I was getting a phone call. All right, it says, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree.
Right, and it says all the hosts shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. That's because when the Lord does bring these armies together and they're fighting and start slaughtering each other, the Lord is going to cause each of these nuclear ready countries to shoot off their nuclear arsenal, such as North Korea, Russia, okay, China, Iran. You know, and the way the leaves fall from the tree during the season of autumn, you know, or during this winter season, you know, that's how these armies are gonna fall. All right. Go ahead,
It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Which Idumea, that's Greek for saying Edom, which is the so-called white man. That's how this destruction is gonna, come upon their power structure, because they're the ones ruling the earth right now.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse. Take them down. Go ahead.
Verse 6. The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with the fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Basra is a city, was the ancient city of Edom, which is representative of America today. That sacrificing those lambs and goats, that represents these people out here that the Lord's been fattening up with pride and you know, contempt for the Lord. You know, these 2/3 of our people. The Lord's been fattening these American people up and the rest of these proud people around the world, because he had his prophets out here telling them to repent. And they didn't want to take heed. So when that destruction comes, the Lord's going to sacrifice them, man.
That's right.
All right. I was going to finish verse 8. You know.
Okay, I keep going. You
2/3 of Israel and the heathen nations.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. If you want to keep going, brothers.
All right, It says, verse 7: And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness.
Yeah, that's the destruction, man. That's just how much bloodshed is going to be. You know, the scripture talks about how the elite are going to be burying the bodies, you know, for months. You know,
continual employment.
Yeah, because once the Israelites come down, the elect come down, and like the brother Tazwan was saying, the elder brother Tazwan was saying, we're going to go around the world and we're going to start putting them in captivity after that, so the Lord can set up His kingdom. You know, there's going to be so much bodies to clean up. Go ahead.
All right, we'll finish. We'll end off the lesson with verse 8. It says, For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion.
Right, because all this is about the nation of Israel gaining their kingdom back. It's about Esau and Jacob fighting for their birthright. You know, but the Lord, He's bringing all these things to pass, like the brother brought out, because He's going to fight for Israel. He's going to fight for Zion, so to set up Yahweh Shai, King David, and the 144,000 the elect, and we're going to rule the earth. You know.
That's right.
But with that, you know, we're at the camp. Shalom to the elect out there listening. All praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rokah, Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Hope I was edified. Shalom.
Shalom.